All right, Coach. Well, disappointing result in the women's game. Chatt State was down pretty early, but fought really hard and scratched and battled and came back in that game and almost sent it into overtime. Uh, what what was the deal with that last call?
Well, I think the officials felt like that there was a loose ball and that that our girl got the better of the bump and they called a foul, which when you're on that end of it, you always think it was a tough call just because it went against you. And whenever there's a loose ball, it's kind of a whoever gets there first, and if both get there, somebody's going to hit each other. But it's always tough when you're on that end of that call. But I'm just proud of how the girls fought back. They were down 12 at one point in the second half, and they showed a lot of character and a lot of heart, and scrapped and scrapped and scrapped and tied it up. And if that's the way they had to win it, then we know we've done our job.
Yeah, and is there anything that you can take away from this game that you can carry into the next game against Motlow?
Oh, no doubt. We talked about our energy level at halftime. We came out the second half. We had much more energy, much more intensity on the defensive end. We played better together. We started sharing the ball a little bit more. Wasn't that they were being selfish the first half, but they just wasn't moving the ball like we would like to. Our point guard play was tough. She wasn't into it as she has been the last 3 or 4 games. So we wanted to get her going. Once she got going, she hit a couple of shots, found some people open, and then that kind of triggered everything to get us going.
All right. And sort of when it comes to playing with mismatches, like in the men's game, Volunteer State only had 6 players. What was the sort of goal with that mismatch?
Well, we knew that they were coming in after they had an altercation at a game last week, so we knew that they were going to be a little short-handed possibly. But we prepared to play their full team, and it doesn't take but 5 guys to play, so guys in this league are good enough to beat you with only 5 or 6 guys. So we knew that. We knew we were going to have to play. Our intensity level wasn't where we wanted it defensively. We gave up a lot of shots in the first half, a lot of open looks. And they really played well. I mean, those guys played hard. They played good together, and they shared the ball. And we knew we were going to have to get stops in a row in order to break this thing open. And once we were able to do that, then we were able to settle down on offense and make some shots.
Why did you decide to go with full court press to open up that game?
It's one of the things we've been really working on, and we think that's going to be a signature for us going down the line, especially with the numbers that we have. So we're going to get better at it. We wasn't as good as we'd like to be, but we're continuing to work on it. We know we're going to get better, and it gives us energy. It keeps everybody into the game. Doesn't give us we doesn't have to sit in the half court and fight everybody's offensive sets as much as when we're a better up-tempo team when we get up and put some pressure, try to turn you over, and get transition baskets.
How big is three-point shooting for this team?
Three-point shooting is big because it can turn the game around really quick, and we went out and recruited some guys that can really shoot the ball. Biggest thing for them is they've got to get confident. Our point guard has to find them and put them in the right position to get shots. And that's why the second half we have 3 point guards right now that are trying to fight for a position. So we went with Deshaun Williams, and he did a heck of a job for us. The second half, he played 17 minutes of the second half. He defended really well, pushed the ball, got some transition baskets for himself, and also started to find other people.
All right. Well, that's all the questions that I have for you today. So thank you very much, Coach.
All right, thank you.
I'll turn it over to Sam.
Well, we're back here in the gym with Coach Price. Coach Price, you guys played a heck of a game tonight.
Thank you. I think our guys really played hard in the second half, and we were able to break it open and get us a win.
The women's team did good too, although it didn't go the way you wanted it to, especially at the end there,
Yeah, it was disappointing the way it ended. You never want to lose the game on the call at the end of the game. But that's one of the things that we can't harp on. We just got to go back and look at the film and look at the good things that we were able to do in the second half and continue to get better and continue to build on it. Very young team. We have some very inexperienced young ladies that didn't play a lot of minutes last year and that are really working hard for us. We're struggling to get a win right now. Of course, we've lost 2 of our last 3. But I like their effort. I like their intensity. And they haven't hung their heads. They're still fighting.
How do you think tonight's, for the women's team, how do you think tonight's loss against Ball, how do you think that'll translate tomorrow for Motlow?
I think they're going to have more energy. I think they understand where they came out. It's their first home stand in a week or so. So I think they understood that they came out a little lackadaisical, wasn't into it early, got down, gave up some easy baskets, wasn't getting back on defense. And they played a really good team. That team is really good. They have two really good experienced guards that played a lot of minutes last year on the team that went to the national tournament. So they're a very experienced team. And, they did a great job the first half, and we were able to fight back in at the second half.
How do you think the victory for the men's team, how do you think that'll translate for tomorrow night? Do you think that's going to give you more energy, pump you up a little bit more?
No doubt, even though they were shorthanded, we know that win is a win in this league. You want to try to get a win no matter what the situation is, because we didn't have anything to do with what happened on the other end. So we just have to come out, play our game, play who they put in front of us, and just try to fight and get better each game. The key for us, in both programs is we're fighting to get to the tournament and be prepared for our region tournament, because it doesn't matter what you do regular season, it's what happens in that tournament. So we just want to see everybody start to get an identity for ourselves and prepare for that tournament.
Well, good deal. Well, I think that'll do it for us. Actually, let me ask you one more thing. How do you think, what are y'all going to work on tomorrow before the game?
Right now, we've struggled at the free throw line. I'm not sure what we did tonight, but we're continuing to shoot free throws. I think that's one of the things that cost us a game on the road at Columbia, was we shot 19 for 34 from the free throw line. And that shouldn't happen with guys that can shoot the ball. So it's a matter of them just, getting a lot of shots in, a lot of reps, getting in, getting focused, and stepping up to the line and making them.
Good deal. Well, thank you, Coach, so much for coming on with us tonight.
Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow, 1:50 tip-off, 1:50 pregame for us. Tip-off for the women's is at 2 p.m. Men's will tip off at 4 p.m. We'll have both games. You can catch them live at wawl.org. We'll also be doing Monday night games, too. We'll get you more information on that tomorrow when we have all the information with us. For Keon Rose, I'm Sam Blevins, and the rest of the broadcast team for them as well. Thank you. Good night.